The Roman Catholic Diocese of Springfield is launching a major strategic realignment, saying fewer priests and fewer people in the pews means it has to rethink how parishes operate. The new plan, called One Church, One Mission, Many Communities, aims to keep parishes vibrant while facing a shrinking number of active priests and declining mass attendance. About 60 parishes across Western Mass will take part in fall. Listening sessions are beginning in October, where parishioners will see local data on attendance, sacraments, finances, and clean clergy numbers, and help shape new models. Diocese leaders say the goal is to plan a sustainable future and to let people help design how parishes work together.
The goal of this is not to close churches. The goal is for us to align our efforts so that we can build up each parish and each community in vibrancy.
The diocese says any changes would roll out gradually over the next few years, with details and meeting dates posted online.